I like to make sure I get things done. When I have a plan, I make sure to stick to it. This question asks if I use my time effectively. Part of me wants to say yes, but another part of me wants to say no. I want to say yes because I believe I do use my time effectively when it comes to my schedule. I do my tasks and I'm able to get them done in a certain amount of time. But I also find it hard
to be able to spend time with my family. I find it hard to be able to bond with them in my busy schedule. So now that I think about it, maybe I struggle getting everything I want to do done. First thing that comes to mind when I read this question is my boyfriend. I know he loves me, and sometimes I take that for granted. He never fails to show me he loves me, even though I know when I can be difficult to deal with. Anything just to make me happy. Something else I take for granted is spending time with my family. I'll live forever. That is a given, and I forget that. I forget that my grandma's not gonna be here forever, so I do take it for granted and truthfully, I never felt close to my family. I was more of an outsider growing up, and as I was growing up, I did build a good relationship with my grandma, who I love to death, and yet I still do take her for granted by not spending enough time with her. Saying this only makes me realize, yeah, I am not close with my family, but I should still have sort of a bond with them. I go about my day grateful that I wake up. I don't dwell on things from the past. At the end of the day, it's in the past. What can we do? We can only move on. I believe everything happens for a reason, and what is meant to happen is only meant to happen. Perspective is everything, and I choose to look at things with light. One thing that I told myself to see in a good way is the stay-at-home order due to COVID-19. It is a shame we can't graduate how we hope, but it is giving us opportunities to grow close with our families, learn something new, and a reminder to just be cautious. At this point in time, I'm myself. All the decisions that I've made have led me to this point in my life where I feel content and happy. I want to be with, taking classes to become who I want to be, and having a job to achieve my goals, like buying a car. Time that I stay true to myself in high school. I stayed true to myself was in high school. In my senior year, I knew I was starting to be genuinely myself. I went with my gut to join the volleyball team, and along with that, I gained and lost friendships. And for me, that was hard because it's hard for me to let go of people, but at the same time, these people weren't actually my friends. That I realized later on, and yeah, I grew strength to be able to say no, and now I am myself because I have friends who I love and who love me. I went and did something crazy, and I also gained a new best friend, which is my boyfriend. I wake up every morning with a plan. I sit in my bed every morning for 5 minutes and I contemplate what am I gonna do that day. For example, a normal day without work would be wake up, freshen up, eat, exercise, and do my assignments for the day. And after that, I don't know. I either I watch shows, but even then, like usually a lot of that stuff does take up my time. And when I say I have work, usually I work in the morning. So then when I work in the mornings, I'll come back home, exercise, do my work, and my point is whatever happens throughout the day, I am ready for it. So if something contradicts my schedule for that day, it's okay. I'll still be ready for it. I'll still be prepared because I choose to not let things affect me so deeply. I try my best to not fall asleep with negative thoughts in my head. Usually when I try to fall asleep, I watch a show because that helps me fall asleep, or I'll listen to music, whenever I see something online that's like pretty scary, or I watch something that's pretty scary before I go to bed, I tend to do this so then I don't think these negative thoughts, because then I have nightmares, and nightmares are scary and I don't want nightmares. I do my best to keep a positive mind. When it comes to relationships, I tend to distance myself. What I mean by this is I try not to make myself important. Meaning, I don't want people to worry about me, and this sometimes can come off as not putting effort. But for me, I feel like I don't need someone to worry about me. I personally understand that we all have our own lives, and basically we get caught up with things that happen in our lives. Sometimes the person that we're most close to isn't involved in that, and it's okay to not be so close, and that's why I don't like to feel important. And yeah, so I don't know how to answer this question. I take care of myself physically, meaning every morning I brush my teeth, and every night I take a shower, I eat a semi-balanced diet, and I exercise. All of these things are key to like helping your brain, not your brain, but your mind. For example, a way I would take care of myself is if I'm feeling down, I won't just sit in my bed and cry everything away, because that doesn't help, obviously. So I'll either exercise, I'll take a long shower, or I'll try to spend time with someone that means a lot to me, someone that like I can confide in. I'll talk about my problem. This is what helped me take care of myself, because if I didn't do all these things, if I didn't try to do all these things, then I'd probably be more stressed out, and I would probably. If you asked me this question a year ago, the answer would have probably be yes. I am one who likes to feel in control of the things that are going on in their life. I used to ask myself, why does this have to happen to me? Why does everything have to go wrong with me? It wasn't until a month later that I realized I can't control everything that happens to me. Whatever happens. A quote that I always remember is, you can't control what happens to you. You can only control what you do with what happens to you. We control our emotions that lead to our actions. So it is our duty, it is our role to choose how we'll react to what is happening to us, because that is something we control, unlike stuff that can just happen out of nowhere, because honestly anything can happen. And yeah, like we are only in control of ourselves, not no one else. We all have our big goals, like buying a car, getting your own place, graduating. Luckily, I have done one of these things already, graduating. Something I remember is to have little goals too, because having these little goals only makes you feel better until you reach your bigger goals. Because when you have little goals, it just doesn't make you feel like, oh, there's such a long way to go. Like, because let's say you want to buy a car, okay, your goal each day is to save $100. So, or not each day, but like every 2 weeks you'll have $200 saved until you get enough money to buy your car. So each day your goal is to get $200 rather than gain $4,000 a month. Because let's be real, it is likely, but it's hard when you have to maintain your personal life, like when you have to like eat, So yeah, it's just our goals in life are our goals. And right now my goal is to finish this assignment, and thankfully I am almost there.